a woman that I met named Manta in the foothills of the Himalayas in India, and she didn't know what to do with her child, and she was at a train station and she saw a magazine that was in the garbage, and she picked it up, and it was a magazine called Outlook, and it had a little article about autism, and she thought, maybe this is what my child has. And she went to an internet cafe in someplace in northern India, and she was able to find out that there was one small center in New Delhi that knew something about autism, and she took the 8-hour train ride, and she went to this center, and they told her that her son had autism, and within 8 hours she had a treatment plan in place.
The problem of autism is not unique in the U.S. Actually, it is one that was seen in every country we visited, and we do have a serious problem, whether it's Central America, whether it's Europe, whether it's Asia. It is a problem that is happening all over, and it is one of those problems that we all have to work together throughout the world to ensure that children are diagnosed early, but that we learn more and more on how to ensure that a child with autism has optimal development.
So we look to America quite a bit. We take as much as we can from America. So I would say that we look to you for example and support.
I wrote a book called Unstrange Minds, which is really about the growth in our awareness and our knowledge about autism over the past several decades. The reason I wrote it is because I'm a father of a child with autism and an anthropologist. And I guess because I wear those two hats, people were always asking me, so you're an anthropologist, you're a dad of a child with autism, what does autism look like in other cultures? Well, I started to look at the literature, and I found out that we knew very little about autism throughout the world, with the exception of Western Europe and North America, and a little bit from Japan. There's virtually nothing known about at least the prevalence and the symptomatology of autism. Mm-hmm. So, for example, countries that have robust medical systems, like India or Korea or South Africa, have never had a prevalence study conducted.
Different countries approach autism in slightly different ways. Most of the developed countries that I've been to, such as Australia, and Hong Kong, which is a part of the People's Republic of China, but sometimes is considered as separate, Finland, various countries in Europe, Japan, they seem to report a similar incidence rate, anywhere between about 1 in 250 to 1 in 150. Other countries that I've been to have a lot of challenges, and they haven't quite gotten to counting the number of children with autism. They don't have quite the ability to do that yet. So it is something that is happening around the world.
There's no a way of comparing what was before. What we can say is that now it is a major problem, and like when I visit Guatemala, the number of parents that have concerns about autism is just staggering. Mm-hmm. But the same in Honduras and other countries, but also South America. We may not be able to say whether it's increasing or not, but that is a real serious public health problem. Now it is.
No matter where I go, it's always exciting to see that there are pockets of excellent work and best practice happening, even if the people who are doing it don't really have terms for what they're doing, but they're doing really good things.
The increasing awareness and knowledge about autism is having a positive impact on people with autism and their families throughout the world. So when I look at these higher rates that we have today, say 1 in 150, which seems higher than we've ever had before, I don't look at those numbers and panic. I look at those numbers and I say, yeah, we're finally getting it right. We're finally diagnosing people correctly. People who had had the wrong diagnoses in the past, any number of a dozen different silly diagnoses in the past, we're finally getting them right. We're finally giving services to people under a classification of autism that helps them to be educated and to grow.